McDaniel Ziegler.
Ladies and gentlemen, the plot freaking thickens between the Raiders and Chandler Jones. Cops were sent to his house. He's blackmailing the Raiders, saying they're full of crap. Leaked DMs between McDaniels and Chandler Jones are being exposed. The truth is coming out, and this is even crazier than we could have ever even imagined. But honestly, as a Raiders fan, it's just hilarious at the end of the day that something always goes down like clockwork every single year. We're gonna break everything down. Remember to like and subscribe for more Raiders content. Okay, dude. So we're gonna explain how we got to here.
Try to spook me? Man, TMZ hit my phone, man. Your boy got pictures, text messages. McDaniel Ziegler.
Oh my goodness. So we gotta break down how we got to the point where Chandler Jones said TMZ hit his phone. He's got pictures and text messages. Let's take a look at some of them. So in case you haven't seen our other videos on Chandler Jones, check those out. We break down every single thing that's happened. Real quick, if you don't know, Chandler Jones on Instagram alleged that the Raiders did not let him into the facility on a day when they had team meetings Tuesday. He also claimed that Josh McDaniels and the Raiders talked to the mother of his child, who he had not spoke to for 5 years. He criticized Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler specifically, left Mark Davis out of this, saying he doesn't want to play for them. And it seemed like everybody who wants to defend the Raiders just wants to put all the onus on Chandler Jones, act like he's crazy because he had an incident with spice with synthetic marijuana in 2016, almost 10 years ago. Funny that people want to bring up something from Chandler Jones from 10 years ago, but don't want to talk about McDaniels from 10 years ago and how he treated players while he was the head coach of the Denver Broncos. And either way, if you want to paint Chandler Jones as crazy, the Raiders and Josh McDaniels, who has known Chandler Jones for a long time, decided to give him a $51 million contract last year. And maybe that has a lot to do with what we're going to show you right now. So in the wee hours of the night, Chandler Jones posted this on Instagram. I was at a concert last night and I saw this and I flipped out. You got the city of Las Vegas, Nevada, Heather Thainpone, CRT team. And this is a crisis response team. This is somebody who's supposed to help people when they're having a mental health crisis. And instead of getting the cops, you get somebody from the CRT team. So Chandler Jones posted this on Instagram, this picture of this badge. You notice it's kind of expired here, which is kind of weird, this card. And then right after he posted this picture, he then put this tweet on Instagram. And then he says, the Raiders sent her to my place, said, you need to come with us. You're in danger. So this is what is absolutely insane. He's trying to laugh about it and have a sense of humor. And always remember Chandler Jones. Let's remember the positives of Chandler Jones. Guy who seems like he laughs a lot, seems like a leader, seems like he's a smart guy too, other than that incident with the synthetic marijuana. But he posted this saying that the Raiders are sending a crisis response worker unannounced to his home. And why wouldn't Josh McDaniels, one of the shadiest head coaches ever, why would he do this? Why would he send this person to his home unannounced? Do you think it's really because McDaniels loves the guy and is just looking out for him because he's just such a great person? Instead, it appears, especially based off what we're going to show you next, that McDaniels and the Raiders are trying to get ahead of it. They're trying to paint Chandler Jones as crazy right now. That way they look like the good guys and look like they did nothing wrong to piss him off. And so what also happens is Chandler Jones made some more posts alluding to the fact that he's trying to play on Sunday and they will not let him play. He posted this saying, y'all see how Buddy talked to me like I'm an item, LMAO. Look at this text and look at his. So this is an exchange between Josh McDaniels and Chandler Jones. Chandler Jones is leaking these DMs. And what's crazy is there seems to be a gap in this conversation. August 18th, the last time he talked to him. Here's what he says at the bottom that's going to be very interesting, but let's just go from the top. August 18th, he says, Josh, didn't want to come off as rude, disrespectful, or above you. I know my place. I just honestly felt those ways and thought it was okay to let you know. That is all. It's always love, brother. And this is from August 18th. This is from a few weeks ago. It seems like they had some type of dispute in terms of football. And afterwards, Josh McDaniels has a lot to work through. We'll let you know the timeline. Please be available if Dave or I or anyone else from the organization reaches out. And so Chandler Jones earlier is saying, look at how he talks to me like I'm an item. Seems like Chandler Jones is clearly trying to talk about something very important, something that happened. And Josh McDaniels basically doesn't say anything about it and just says, we'll hit you up. And afterwards, Chandler Jones says always, and it seems like he sends a play of him in joint practices against the Niners, perhaps some good tape. But this message right here is very critical, where he says, y'all send another one over here. Another one, meaning that crisis response worker that we mentioned earlier when he posted that on Instagram. Y'all send another one over here and I'm going to start sharing videos live from my other phone. I'm going to be nice, Josh. I wanted to play Sunday. If you let me play, probably meant to say if you let me play, I won't share anything else. This is absolutely insane. Saying, let me play, let me get my money too, because he obviously has to be on the team to get his money. We'll talk more about the contract later, but it's kind of insane that he's threatening to leak more DMs, leak more videos unless he lets him play. And also, there is no effing freaking dispute that this is solely about Josh McDaniels and how he's treating players. That is who Chandler Jones is primarily taking issue with, and that is insane because this is supposed to be like a Patriots West guy, somebody who he's known for a long time, and he's still ruining this relationship. And by the way, around August 18th, the Raiders claimed that Chandler Jones was injured, but now doesn't really seem like it, right? We talked about the two on the right, and on the left, though, Chandler Jones talking about him posting on social media. Now I understand why players turn to social media. At first, I frowned upon it, but it's our only outlet. If I didn't do this, it would have been kept under wraps. Anybody interview them and ask why I'm not on with the team? Because I don't know. That is absolutely crazy. He is claiming he doesn't even know why he's not on the team. They haven't told him anything. Based on this text messages, you could tell they don't tell him anything. They say, just wait until Dave Ziegler or somebody from the organization hits you up. And he's saying, hey, I don't even want to be a social media guy. Never wanted to post here, but nobody was going to hear my side. People are just going to slander me, act like I'm freaking crazy because they want to just root for the team and blame everything on a player, even though Josh McDaniels continually has problems with different players and star players too. People just want to make things simple in their life and just say, yay, yay, Raiders, and they're just going to blame the player and never have Josh McDaniels take responsibility for what he's doing. And this is absolutely crazy that Chandler Jones is appearing to expose what's going on behind the scenes. We have so much more, and I'm going to let you guys know what I think is going on here, and it's really sinister, man. So Chandler Jones also saying this on social media about the crisis response worker who went to his house. He talked about what they claimed, what she was like, and he said, they had me outside in my drawers, LOL, naked. That lady was rude. Then I got to showing her some of them texts, and then she switched up. Buddy from the Raiders tried to give me the look like, don't say anything. Wow. So somebody from the Raiders and that crisis response worker went to his house. They tried to act like Chandler Jones was crazy because the Raiders said he was crazy. And then Chandler Jones showed his side of it to that crisis response worker, and then she became sympathetic. So something very sinister is going on, and it seems like he's ready to let it all out. And all of this culminated into this video on Instagram.
To spook me? Man, TMZ hit my phone, man. Your boy got pictures, text messages.
And that's the key thing. TMZ hit my phone. Your boy got pictures, text.
TMZ hit my phone, man. Man, TMZ hit my phone, man. Your boy got pictures, text messages. McDaniel Ziegler.
Dude. Isn't this absolutely insane that we're having this going on? We're having this player calling out the head coach and general manager by their name on Instagram, saying he has pictures, saying he has DMs that is gonna expose them. You could try to write this off and just try to say, oh, Chandler Jones, a player that many people around the league, coaches and players revere. This guy is on track to be a future Hall of Famer despite the fact that he had a down year last year. And now he's making all these claims against the Raiders, saying that even the crisis response workers become sympathetic to him once he shows DMs between him and McDaniels. And he's also threatening to leak more to TMZ and expose the truth. And he's saying, hey, I hated the whole social media thing. I was never into it, but it's my only outlet. And we know these agents are usually in bed with the teams because these agents represent several players and have to work with these teams to get some contracts done. Seems like maybe he's not getting too much help from his agent, so he had to go rogue on his own on social media. And honestly, I don't care if this hurts your feelings. Josh McDaniels, in my opinion, is a shitty, sketchy head coach. It's one thing to be sketchy, but you got to be sketchy and actually win. And he's never done it as a head coach yet. Hopefully that changes for the Raiders. But Chandler Jones' contract right now, the Raiders can't get out of it. And that's what I believe this is all about. That's what Chandler Jones seems like he's implying this is all about. How else can you get out of a contract when there's so much dead money over the next 2 years? You would eat $12 million in dead money this year and next year, even if you traded him. It's even worse if you release him at this point. The Raiders are stuck with Chandler Jones. They clearly drafted his replacement in the draft with Tyree Wilson at pick number 7. If you're picking somebody in the top 10, you're expecting them to play right away. And it seems like the way that they can get out of this contract, sketchy ass genius Josh, how can he get out of this contract? Well, why don't you try to claim this guy as crazy, claim that he has behavior that's detrimental to the team, and you can try to get this contract voided. And it really comes down to this, man. Who do you trust more? Who do you trust more, Chandler Jones or Josh McDaniels? If you're asking me to trust Josh McDaniels, I'm never going to bet for that. The dude is shady at the end of the day. Hey, maybe this is the logical, smart move to try to get out of this contract, but it's messed up. It's jacked up to the player to try to slander him in the media, try to make him look crazy, even though by his account, he is not. And if Chandler Jones is right about this, if he exposes more of the truth and he comes out on top, you're going to see all these people who are currently calling him crazy switch their tune. They're going to switch their tune, even though from the get-go, they jumped at it to slander this guy, call him crazy, and avoid criticism of Josh McDaniels. And honestly, if it was any other head coach, I may actually assume that maybe something is up with the player in terms of their mental health. But because it's Josh McDaniels, because this happens time and time again with different players, and because Chandler Jones, outside of that one incident when he smoked some synthetic weed, has been a stand-up guy around the league, I think something more sinister is going on, and I think it makes logical sense when you're stuck with this contract, not letting him practice, not letting him play, and you drafted his replacement just this past year. This is clearly a contract dispute, and it's also shady that crisis response worker had an expired badge. We showed that at the top of the video. Is Josh McDaniels sending fake cops represented by the Raiders to intimidate players like Chandler Jones? It seems like all signs are pointing in that direction. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. My name is WiFiWillie. Subscribe to this channel for more Raiders content. Peace out, and I hope you have a good one.